We're very proud to be supporting Broadland's Riding for the Disabled charity for this concert, and proceeds from ticket sales and indeed any extra money you choose to give will be going towards the charity. Before we begin the concert, I'd like to invite Alison Crowe to give you a few words about Broadland's charity. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Many years ago, back when the world was much younger, I came down to Hampton to work at Broadland's Riding Centre with both able-bodied riders and the disabled. Broadland's now focuses totally on the Riding for the Disabled Association, and the history goes back some way. They first actually started lessons for disabled children in 1955, some 14 years before the foundation of the RDA, and was one of the original members of the advisory council for the Council for the Riding for Disabled, the forerunner of the RDA. The aim of the Broadlands team of trained volunteers and RDA coaches is to help participants gain confidence and achieve goals through therapeutic riding lessons, carriage driving, ground-based therapy sessions, and hippotherapy for the under fives. The known benefits of being around horses and riding horses is improved coordination, improved muscle power, improved balance, a relaxation and sensory feedback through rhythmic movement, and reduced anxiety being in a calm environment, and improved social communication and interaction skills. The horses and ponies of Broadlands are wonderful. If you put an able-bodied rider on them, they'll play games, they'll do jumping, they'll go canter up the field and down the tracks, no problem. Put a disabled rider on and they become so calm and so sensible. They understand, they're beautifully trained and always such good people. Now, for those who don't know much about horses, they love money. Horses really love money. Those of you who know about horses will back me up on this. Farriers, feed, vets, harness. They'll get a manicure from the farrier sort of every 4 or 5 weeks. If they've got shoes, they'll have to be removed for the manicure to take place on the shoes, either replaced or refitted. Harness can cost horrendous amounts, we're not asking for that. Horses, you generally have bridles that fit your horse and the saddle that fits your horse, but if you need specialist equipment for disabled riders, such as ladder reins, where instead of just having one strip of leather, you have various lengths all in one go, so that the rider finds it easier to shorten the reins when required. They cost money. Hay at the moment, or when I last checked on General Google, is about £4 a bale for the old rectangular type that when I came down in '97 I'd throw over one shoulder and take down and split up between the horses. The benefits though of being around horses and the hippotherapy and riding and driving is immense. We on one occasion decided that it was September, Suzanne was away on holiday and I was left in charge, and we'd done a little bit in the school of the standard lessons of stopping, starting, steering, a little bit of trot work, moving cups from one pillar across to the other. And I decided that actually it was such a nice day and we would go and do something that maybe most of these children had never done and may never get to do. And we went up to the field with the cups and we went brambling. We used all the lessons they were being taught in the school to be able to get them to move the pony into and pick the brambles and put the brambles into the cup. They ate most of the brambles and fed them to the ponies, and it was wonderful. It just, and with children in wheelchairs or on walkers, they may never get the chance to do something in that respect. One child that I worked with on an individual basis, he basically sat in a wheelchair for all of his life. He couldn't physically hold himself up. And the first lesson he came to, Suzanne and the volunteers and I had a session afterwards because we didn't think we could teach him. Normally when you have a child ride, we would have one person leading the pony and one person walking by the side, or two if they were very unbalanced, with a hand on the leg or over the leg just to keep them stable. For this lad, it took one leading the pony. He was on a western saddle, he had both hands clenched on the horn, and we had one person each side walking backwards for half an hour with a hand on his shoulder trying to hold him up, because he had no muscle development in his body. And over the school year, what we did was that, as I said, this is many years ago, 1987, and I was 8.5 stone. I rode up behind him for the rest of the school year and acted, to start with, like the back of a wheelchair, and alongside the rest of his class lessons, I taught him about his back and about how he could build his spine like building blocks. Taught him to think about the building blocks and getting them upright, rather than if they were off balance, it's really easy to collapse and not be stable. And eventually we got to the point where he could actually manage walk and trot without me sitting up behind him and without him with a death grip on the horn of the saddle. And because of that, because he achieved so much in that 1 year, at the end of the year I took him up to the big field without the leading the horse and without anybody else. And I said, okay, I'm going to be the back of your chair again, just sit back, I'll control the pony, and I let him canter. This is something that he will probably never have done again unless the work continues. It is immense how much children can be helped, and adults can be helped through working with horses and ponies and riding them and driving them. They're a wonderful group. Suzanne Stratford has been there just about the whole of her life, and the work continues now as much as ever to supply these lessons. So any donations you can give will be so gratefully received. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. praise.